Hello, Forecaster here again, and I'm still with Kerdos,
Hello.
and we are going to finish off this the
Farm.
rubber farm that we were setting up. So it looks like it's not planning anything in this bit here. So I guess what I saw was it planted one of these, but the rubber farm is just this. What is it? 3x7 area here.
Yeah, seems
Um,
like it.
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place as many rubber trees as I have, and I'll have to get more of those. And they are probably not going to be able to grow right now because there are leaves above. So I'm going to
There's a lot of leaves above us.
get rid of them.
It's
Hopefully the farm will cut down the tree soon when it runs through another. Dang it. You also by the way, you want to be careful when you cut down trees because we have a mod that makes them collapse. If you cut off a log at the bottom, it'll kind of fall. The blocks will fall to the sides randomly, and you can get hit, and it can create a mess. Oh, there it goes. Cut down one of them. I guess I can cut down this one. Oh, whoops. Yeah, like that. And apparently there's a bug that it spawns the wrong kind of leaves, or it doesn't preserve the data value.
tile for leaves name. I. This looks like it's like
And
wrong.
another tree grew. Yeah, it's a mod made by Covert, and it's a work in progress. Oh, you can't use
Yeah,
bone meal on rubber trees
apparently not. No.
because it didn't even consume it.
Yeah.
Um. Hmm.
Doesn't on the spruce leaves either. Maybe some mod nerfing bone meal.
Uh. Oh yeah, I think we disabled that actually on the server. That might
Can't you
be.
use fertilizer or something like that?
I think so. But I think what I basically want to do is. Oh wow, it's full of saplings. I think we basically want to stop the farm from running. So it stops planting saplings and then remove all the saplings so that trees stop growing and blocking the rubber trees. Now I did put in a control, but I don't have a way of using that remotely. Oh, hello, Star. There's a mob spawning in my workshop somewhere. So I'm going to have to go down to the farm, underneath the farm, and put a lever here. So now the farm should be stopped. So if we remove the saplings now, it should stop replanting them. Unless putting the lever underneath the... Unless it requires a strong signal, in which case it will still be running. No, I think that worked. I'm just going to remove all of these saplings. Oh wait, no, it's still planting things. Right, it runs in cycles. So it might need a direct signal. Put the lever on the control block. And my client has frozen. Here we go. Right. Let's put the lever directly on the farm. Did that not work either?
Well, I'm going to go upstairs and remove some of the saplings to see if it replants those.
Yeah. Because I think there should be a tab that tells or says that it can't work because of a redstone signal.
It seems to do nothing though, so we can proceed.
Okay, that's good. Because I was still picking up saplings just now.
I'm removing saplings up here.
Yeah, but it's still picking them up. Apparently.
Yeah, I think it still picks up, but it removes all the active things like planting
Yeah.
and replacing the sand with humus.
So I'm probably also going to want to set up a peat bog to use the sand to create that cycle that I talked about in the last episode. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting on a lot of sand and eventually run out of dirt. And basically what the thing you feed into this cycle is, of course, fertilizer. That's the only thing that's consumed. And the dirt slash sand is recycled between the farms.
So this is looking pretty good.
And also, as you can see, we spent some time made Carados a set of steel armor. See, the mobs made an example of them a few times.
Yeah, they were annoyingly strong.
Yeah, they're pretty vicious. Alright, there we go. So now all of the...
Just gonna take a look if this works. Oh, it doesn't either.
I don't think fertilizer actually works as bone meal normally. But yeah, so I guess all that's left is waiting for these to grow. Now I think that they can grow next to each other like this.
Probably if you remove the leaves, yeah.
I think they can anyway. At least in my... I set up a similar thing in my... in the 1.7 Let's Play. And I found that one of the trees grew a 2-block tall tree and nothing else because there was limited space. Oh, there we go. But we probably want to remove the leaves. Whoops. I did not mean to do that.
Those are rubber tree leaves, funnily though.
Yeah, I guess the rubber tree leaves may have their own block. I think Timberjack may have a problem with metadata or something like that.
Why do you have a tail?
Because of a mod. Because I can. If you press escape, at the bottom there's a button that says Tails Editor. I also have ears. Probably don't want to stand around doing that in the open though. Probably want to go inside.
It's fine, we have laser turrets.
Well, mostly they just make it so that you can be approached by a mob that's on fire. And
that's fine as well.
that can set you on fire.
This
But
is probably gonna take take quite some time.
yeah, probably. I accidentally broke one of these. I hope I didn't destroy any rubber spots on these when they fell.
There don't seem to be any on here.
Yeah, all the blocks above the bottom one fell. If I add you to this turret,
You can probably set me as share owner. That should theoretically make the turrets pass through me. The trusted players thing is a config where you can set it to ignore trusted players even if it accidentally hit them.
Okay, that should work then, I think.
Yeah, I can take a look at it and configure it. Oh wow.
And here's the horde. Ow. I got set on fire. Water. Yeah, sometimes there are a lot of mobs, and sometimes there aren't any.
Yeah, they seem to come in sort of waves.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you can go outside and there are no mobs anywhere. Just like Minecraft logic.
Yeah, Minecraft tends to spawn them in groups as well. Like, I think when it finds that there's a spot where a mob should spawn, it cycles through the mobs, selects one, and then randomly checks for other places to let another one spawn. So you can... Okay, now this is still hitting me.
Maybe you should... That's probably something you should fix. Make...
You can. It's a server config. And I didn't mean like...
Oh.
Put me as a trusted player with administration privilege, but to use the command like om share owner at and then my name. That makes me a co-owner of all your OMP related stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I think it makes turrets shoot through me. But for the other thing, you'd have to set the config, which defaults to false.
Add here it does. Add it to share list. Okay, thanks. Now try jumping in front of a laser then.
Yes. When I... Wow, they died too fast. There's a creeper over there. Wait a second, I'm gonna grab that creeper. Come here. That creeper. Oh no, it still hits me. Apparently it doesn't like me. That's probably a bug.
Yeah. Well, we found an actual bug at least.
Yeah, yay.
Oh, another tree grew. Let's not chop this one. Oh, two grew. I think. Yeah, yeah, see the middle one now? Because there were leaves in the way, it's just 2 blocks tall.
It's slightly annoying.
That's a funky thing. I can't tell if that has any...
Do you see any tree tabs? There are tabs on there. You just cannot see them right now. Ow, 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 ow.
Well, I can't tell if there are any on this middle one. And it's not particularly likely when it only has 2 blocks. So, what I'm thinking is I'm going to, later on, perhaps... Actually, now. I'm going to remove it now. And then plant a new one. when I get another sapling. Because if I remove it now, the...
Got one.
Oh, you had more saplings.
One. Just one. I'm gonna take a look inside. Maybe the farm has picked some up.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, that's probably why I haven't gotten any. I didn't
Yeah,
think of
it's
that.
quite eager to pick them up.
But yeah, if by removing that, when the next tree grows, if it grows close enough, it will have more blocks to spawn leaves in, which means increased chance for saplings.
There's no saplings down here.
It would.
But
It
to
would.
rubber,
They
to
would be
see
in the
resin.
chest.
Yeah, I'm at the chest.
Okay.
Nah, but no saplings apparently.
Well,
Are those really that rare?
they shouldn't be that rare. Oh, I'm freezing. I guess what I'll have to do is go out and find wild rubber trees and then chop them down to get more saplings. I wonder if you put fortune on an axe, are you more likely? Oh wait, I could use I wonder if one of the graders, or what are they called? From forestry?
Graters, yeah. The bronze thingy to get saplings, yeah.
Grafter.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, I can make a grafter. I wonder if that works on rubber trees. I need, let's see, should have some bronze somewhere there. That was easy. So if I make a grafter, which at least on, oh wait, ah crap. Well, there's a recipe conflict. That actually becomes a bronze spear, which is significantly less useful.
Yeah, sounds like that needs to be addressed sometime.
Yeah. I think what I can actually do is I can fix that right now, because we can actually do that on camera, because why not? So these are the server files, and in here we have the
Minecrafter?
the
Craft tweaker?
craft tweaker config. Now the tools, just I guess I'll add it to the our tool file, even though it only contains recipe removals from now, or for now. But it won't. Okay, so that's forestry grafter, and that should be, that's its own block, or its own item ID. So I'm going to add a different recipe for that is inverted, with the bronze ingot in the lower left corner instead, which is not going to conflict with anything. So add shaped, and then we want forestry grafter, and then we're going to have now what's the, what should it say? It's null for no item, right? Or an empty slot, I think. So it should be null. And then sticks, I think, have an OR dictionary entry. So let's find out what that is. Or stick wood, okay. So we want or stick wood. And then in the middle, I think it's from the top, is the order. So there, middle should be or stick wood as well. And then null. And then the bottom should be ore, ingot, bronze. And then null. Null. And I kind of have to reach around my microphone doing this, so I'm not super great at typing. And I think I may have typed a period by accident there. The rest looks correct. Yeah. So that looks good. And that was edited directly on the server. So if I do empty reload, script's reloaded. And now if I check the recipe for the crafter, we have an inverted recipe registered.
Yes.
So now, after just a few minutes, we can make us a grafter. Unfortunately, it's now night and raining. Oh wait, no.
It's
not
raining,
night.
but night.
It's it also looks like we just had a tornado here. Or one is forming. You can see how the clouds are moving in a circle. That's not a good thing. But let's try this out. So that does work.
Oh, yeah.
Great. And the grafter broke. You only get 10 uses out of it. Oh, and we have a tree that is 1 block tall here.
Very good.
Does that have any spots on it? Oh, it has 1. I guess it might be better to plant them to plant them one at a time. Let them grow. I'm going to remove this 1 block tall one because the taller they are, the higher chance that they will have more than 1 resin spot on them. So I'm going to plant them 1 at a time.
Well, if this forms a tornado, we should get away from here.
Well, everybody without a jetpack should probably get inside. Because if the tornado grabs you and throws you into the air, you'll take a lot of fall damage when you come back down.
I live here now.
That's actually happened to me. It actually pulled me sideways indoors. And I was wondering what was happening, so I went up on the roof and then got flung into the air when the tornado grabbed me. Fortunately, I did have my jetpack at the time, so I was in no particular danger. But still, I was kind of surprised when I got pulled into the air. Then I obviously saw that there was a tornado going on, so that made sense. But yeah, so the farm is working. It seems like the farm is harvesting the resin spots, even though the farm is supposed to be disabled. Because they are supposed to be filled or full when the tree grows, right? Pretty sure they are.
Yeah, I think they usually are.
So the farm must be harvesting them immediately when the tree grows.
Yeah, there's 5 sticky resin in here.
So I guess the farm can't decide whether it should be off or on.
Yeah,
depending
probably.
on the case. I don't know if does the mod that adds. I don't even know if it's IC2 that adds that functionality, actually, or if
Mm.
it's a forestry thing that just gets enabled when IC2 is present.
The rubber
Yeah,
tubes.
the rubber tubes and the rubber farming, because
That's
that has to require special integration to make that work.
I suppose that's forestry code.
Yeah, I think so as well. But I think there are other. I think I've seen at least one mod, which I can't think of the name of right now, that added its own tubes in itself via Forestry's API.
Yeah, maybe that's possible too. But
That it's almost certainly possible. The reason I asked was because if IC2 is adding that code, maybe it doesn't properly respect that the farm is supposed to be off and it's running that part of the farm anyway. Or maybe the manual farm simply doesn't care about the redstone signal. Because the managed arboretum obviously does. But maybe the manual farm keeps running regardless. Although that seems like something it shouldn't do anyway. Or that it shouldn't do. Let's remove this mushroom platform. But yeah, so we have the farm is working at least. Just need to fill it completely with rubber trees to get as much efficiency out of it as possible. I have another laser turret set up, which is being fed power through a high voltage cable. I just need to get a granite brick block to camo the actual turret base. And I don't think there's much more to do on camera. I'm going to keep the farm off until the rubber tree part is done, of course. And then probably in the next episode, we're going to make the peat bog. Do you want an enchanted golden pickaxe? I think it has one of the new enchants on it, versatility.
I think that makes it work with every type of block.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, sounds like it. Oh, there's a break.
Yeah. So yeah, sun's going down. Don't really have much to do. I have a couple of things I know I'm going to do off camera, like finish the rubber farm. I need to make 2 more laser turrets for that one over there, so it has better coverage. I need to make some more damage boosts and fire rate upgrades for that as well, so it's a little more effective. And then I'll probably fiddle around with the base as usual. I might put a fence around the edge here instead of the slabs, to make sure guests don't get pushed off by spiders into a mob of monsters. Might be a good idea.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
Though it might be far better now with the armor.
yeah, probably, but still, you probably still don't want to get pushed off the roof, even with armor. Because if there are enough mobs, it doesn't really matter how armored you are. What matters more is that you have a good weapon, so you can get out of it. But yeah, so with that, I'm going to end the episode, and like I said, in the next one, we're going to see about setting up the peat bog somewhere, probably be somewhere around the existing farm, and I'll make the farm blocks in between episodes, and probably also plan out the actual coverage in advance, and then we'll do the setup, placement, and setup and connections, because it is going to need to be connected to the water system and to the power system, which is basically going to connect to the existing, to that farm, but still it's not going to be as far. And might also have to set up some crafting, auto crafting for the bog earth required by the bog farm. But we'll tackle that when we get there. So with that, I will see you then.
Wow.